All right, welcome. I am Laserjesus. Alongside me is the DAVEY, and we are on the first map between Tempo and Mythic. Sorry for the delay, guys. Not much we can do about it, but we are finally underway between Tempo Gaming and Mythic here.
Gonna be an A-take. We got 3 smokes here. Here it comes.
Yep, primed up. And look at the CT setup here. We have 2 very passive CTs in the back of CT spawn area. They do have 1 player rotating in, but the Shroud of Smokes is allowing Mythic access to the bomb site, and they are going to get the bomb down without any frags exchanged so far. Whole lot of lead being exchanged.
Bloom.
Oh, they do get the bomb down, but Mythic is firing back. Illuminator trades 1 for 2. Frags flying everywhere. Interesting that Mythic got the bomb down before any frags happened, but now it's down to a 1 versus 2. Abe, last man up for Mythic, and Tempo is going to collect the pistol round.
Yeah, Minty Fresh did really good there coming out from Connect. Once those smokes faded, he definitely hit the shots he needed to hit. It was crazy that round. There was so much gunfire exchange going on from CT to site through the smokes. There was like 3 people, or like 2 for Mythic, 2 for Tempo, just spraying back and forth through that smoke inside the site towards CT, and no one could kill anyone. It was really funny to watch, but definitely Minty Fresh coming in huge there from the connector retake.
Man, tell me what you think about that Tempo hold. Obviously, it worked out for them in the end. Yep. However, they were in a lot of danger because they just let them have the bomb site.
Honestly, I think that was a success for Mythic. Like, the only difference was Tempo Gaming hit the shots they needed to hit on the retake. Like, Mythic got into the site and planted without anyone dying. Like, that is, like, perfect situation, right? But, Tempo did really well on their retake, and Mythic didn't hold the site very well.
And Tempo is doing very well on this anti-eco round. Mythic tried to go for a connector bus, no avail. Nice nade coming in to the stairs from the Tempo Gaming player in the window area. So Tempo is going to be up 2-0, but Mythic, since Tempo allowed them to have the bomb site for free and get the bomb down on pistol, Mythic is able to buy here.
Yep, and we see Tempo still holding on to a couple Famosses, so there's no ops yet. Minty Fresh didn't buy anything last round, so I thought he might be saving up for an op, but he had to drop one of his teammates, so that didn't end up happening. So we are going to see 5 rifles against 5 rifles here in the first buy round.
And it looks like Mythic has definitely practiced some sort of A-take, or just has the smokes down and everything.
Yeah.
Because they have gone for this on pistol, and again on their first gun round, so they're very confident in how this is going to pan out for them. But look at Bloom, has already flanked all the way around.
He's a little late, but he might get there in time.
Yeah, maybe, as Mythic is kind of pussyfooting around here, coming out of the low. And Deca does pick up the first one onto JDM.
Yeah.
But look, Illuminator tries to flank, but he's taken down by AGM, takes a little bit too long. However, Mythic is not out of this just yet, as they do have 3 up in the site. Trigger is getting a flank on Minty Fresh, chimes in with 1 as well. Down to a 2 versus Trigger gets the jump shot. Nicely done on
He can just get on it now.
Yeah, he could. He's going to stick it, and AGM is not out. He's nowhere in position, and that's going to be a nice job done by Trigger.
Yeah, well done. Well played by Tempo. I think there was just a little bit of, lack of communication. I don't even want to say lack of communication. More communication. I can't even talk. It was more just
lack of communion.
Sort of
go to church.
Yeah, lack of communion. Yeah. It was just sort of an unfortunate situation, really. The bomb had to get planted inside the site, and AGM wasn't in a position to be able to see the bomb. And while he was killing the other guy, Tempo did the right thing. Trigger just got on that bomb, defused it. AGM wasn't in a position to trade the kill or kill the guy inside the site.
And so Mythic is just going hard at the A-bomb site. Pretty much every single round they've gone for the A-bomb site. A majority of the time straight up through lower and upper. Only 1 time coming through middle. So I guess they're hoping that Tempo Gaming is going to play A kind of soft here, and the bet has actually paid off, as there's only 2 players in the A-bomb site, and Mythic is pouring 4 members out of lower. The site gets cut off, and that member in sight is taken out as well. Oh,
nice
JDM with that pistol.
JDM.
Yeah, takes down 2 of them, and that has allowed Mythic access to the bomb site. However, they're kind of waiting way too long to get this bomb down here, so the CT player might be able to get some spam off through the smoke. And he doesn't, and it looks like they're going to contest him here. Deca gets the second one coming out of spawn.
To trade that.
Yeah, this changes the round dramatically, as it now leaves the 2 Mythic players with not much to work with. The Apartments player gets taken down, and Mark gets traded off as well. Nicely done by Tempo.
Really good eco regardless.
Yeah, however, they really could have won that. Had they taken down Deca at CT, that round was way different.
Yeah, definitely. I think when his teammate was first peeking towards that left, like if you're looking at towards CT from A site, towards that left side, I think Abe needed to peek at the same time I think that's what he needed to do. He really needed to get that trade on the guy CT. If he kills that guy CT and takes over control, then the guys retaking from connector have a lot of things to look at coming in. They got to worry about the stairs, they have to worry about halls, and they have to worry about CT. And the bomb was planted for all three of those places, so none of them would have had to peek. That would have been the round changer, but it just didn't happen. He didn't have armor, and just didn't work out for him that round. Good eco though, regardless.
I think you're going to have to take over for a moment. My game just crashed.
Absolutely. So we are going to see a strong mid play from the T-Series. They have taken over control of it. Trigger has already gone down, as nothing too aggressive is going on yet. But there are no terrorists towards that A site. There are 2 up in the B halls, 3 of them mid here, and they are just going to be walking up now. Bluminator flashes out the window, takes a peek, cannot connect on Lex. They know where he is now. It looks like they are going to be smoking off that window and connector, and they're going to be splitting B here. But Deca is up in that ladder room. Let's see what he can do here. As 3 of them are pushing up Cat through the connector smoke. They are not spotted yet, but they have a pretty good idea. Deca takes down Abe inside the ladder. Is he going to be able to pick up a second one here? He does throw the smoke out.
There's no trade, man.
No, nothing. There it is, finally. JDM will take down Deca in the ladder room. AGM will get a pick on B. Bluminator is inside the site, though. He does manage to take down JDM. His peach on the corner takes down a second one, and Hazardous will finish off the round in what ended up being a really nice round for Tempo Gaming. Not sure, how much of that did you see?
I caught when it was down to a 5 versus 4. I mean, Mythic, I don't if they're good at one thing so far in this match, is they're really good at finding a way to lose the round after they're up a player.
Yeah. Yeah. Deca did really well there up in the ladder room. He managed to take down 2 and stay alive for a really long period of time.
Yeah, I caught that. That's pretty much what won him the round again. So Deca, in these situations,
can't forget
playing
about
it so well.
inside that B site there either at the end of the round there with 180 ping taking down 2. That's huge.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a very tough thing to deal with that amount of ping differential in Counter-Strike.
Oh, look at this bait they have set up at B too, but it doesn't look like they're going to be going there. But I like the setup though. The one guy jump peeking and the other guy hiding over there on the balcony.
Oh yeah, we've seen that work very well before. But here it goes again. JDM gets the initial pick. Can Mythic find a way to lose this round again? Maybe. But look at this. We have a big flank coming on from Bluminator, and they don't know.
Again.
And oh, look at this. Hazardous. It takes the pick out of lower. Bluminator. Oh, he gets the first one. Can he spam down the second? No, he can't. And Minty Fresh and Deca, last 2 up here. They're both in the same place by the connector. So if they can take down the first pick, no, they can't. Looking like the first round for Mythic here, unless Deca could do some more magic. Yeah. So now Mythic finally on the board, but for momentum here, they really need this round. Otherwise, they're going to be back to saving.
Yeah, I really do feel bad for Tempo. Like, if Bluminator hadn't have had 185 ping, they probably would have won that round. Like, he was flanking the guy's T-ramp. He was able to get the first one, but his ping just didn't allow him to get the second one. Like, quite honestly, like, you don't want to make excuses, but seriously, that is the reason why he wasn't able to get that second kill.
I thought his spray was a little off.
Yeah, but when you're spraying with 190 ping, like, it's not easy.
And oh my god, Tempo, switch to Tempo, coming up middle with 5 CZs, or 4 CZs, doesn't matter, they're just plowing through. They do trade off 2 for 2 here, so this is looking good for Tempo. And another trade, and now they have position. Mark, oh, from above, can't spam him down, however, he does get assistance from AGM. However, Trigger has collected an AK, so now the mind games begin. Trigger, in this 1 versus 2, the entire map is pretty much at Mythic's disposal. At this point, they can walk all the way back around spawn or just go straight into B, and Trigger does not expect them. He chose wrong, and Mythic is just going to go straight into B.
Do you think he's going to try and take down another gun or just save?
I mean, in this 1 versus 2, he has enough time. I mean, it could go either way at this point. I mean, they're up 5-1. They are going to be able to buy next round. However, that extra padding. Yeah.
I think that because they saved regardless, and they're going to be buying. I think it would have been better for him to maybe try and. I mean, obviously, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but I think I would have tried to take down at least one more gun on the exit, because even if he loses, or even if he dies, and loses that AK that he's picked up, his team's buying next round regardless, and hurting Mythic's money, like knowing that they've only won 2 rounds now, that money could make a huge difference if they were to win this next one.
Yeah, actually looking at Trigger's money after that whole scenario, he only has 3K, so he wouldn't have been able to buy, so definitely nicely done by him. I forgot that they had only lost 1 round, so his money was screwed regardless if he didn't pick up that AK and run with it. However, even in that 1 versus 2, Man, I probably would have lost it for my team just by going for it. I can't help myself in those situations. Alright, so now, where is JDM going to go with this op and try to get the entry here? And he has opted to go towards the Palace. However, nobody's pushing there quite yet for the CTs. We do have one under there.
Here's this A-take again.
Oh man, and Hazardous gets picked off while Mythic was priming up. Had he been able to take down Mark, he may have been able to take a few more down with some nades procced. However, Mythic, once they got that initial pick, just made their way into the bomb site with ease. However, Deca has changed these situations around before. Gets the first one coming out of CT spawn. Just like that! Look at it, down to a 2 versus 1. Minty and Deca both get 1 each, and suddenly it's down to AGM. Coming around the corner, and they are likely going to be able to trade this. He's just hiding in the smoke. They're still firing through it. There it is, another round for Tempo. But I think Mythic is going to have... Yeah, they're going to be able to buy at least one more round.
Like, that just turned so quickly.
Yeah, Deca coming from the spawn has just been a savage.
They went from a 4-on-2 to a 2-on-1 in like 2 seconds at the most. They just came up into the site and just the Mythic was peeking them, and they just hit the shots they needed to hit and just took them down. Like, that was so quick. That was great. That was great Counter-Strike by Tempo.
Alright, so when they had JDM in the Palace last round, I don't agree with that. Send him. You can have a rifler post on that angle. Send him somewhere where someone is more likely to peek in. And now they do have him peeking towards the middle, and Bluminator did peek out. So look for some JDM action here if he keeps peeking out. And he does have a little assistance at middle, has one player peeking with him. And Tempo Gaming is not afraid to peek this middle, as they do have a couple players in the area. And Mythic here spread out a little bit, got 2 members at middle, and 3 towards the A side. And I like Tempo's setup to counteract this here. As, oh my god, JDM spots, he misses the shot, and Deca does not miss hit, and Tempo is in this very well, as they are bring it down to a 4 versus 3, and Mythic is kind of falling apart after JDM missed that shot. Deca finds another that is Lex down. So this leaves the remaining 2 Mythic players at A to try to make some magic happen. Mark from the lower takes down Hazardous, brings it 2-on-3. AGM peeking out of the Palace area, and this is just a really tough spot for the Mythic members because they just got to peek out, sacrifice their bodies, and just go for the headshot right away. And unfortunately, it doesn't work out for them. 7-2 for Tempo, and another save round coming in for Mythic.
Yeah, they tried that A-take again. It was a little bit slower this time, and Tempo was a lot better prepared than they have been in the past rounds, and they really just took them down and shut down that A-take completely. Bluminator and Minty Fresh again coming in big with shots on the like holding the retake position. They did really well.
Yeah, it's very impressive how well he's doing with this ping. But we got the steam.
Like I said, he's used to it.
Oh man,
it happens all the time.
They attempt a B rush, and now they are just getting sandwiched so hard as Tempo members from both sides. Man, this is so hard to deal with for Mythic. Not only do you have only pistols. Oh man, what a bloodbath.
I'm really surprised they didn't spin around and trade on those guys coming up the stairs behind them. I thought that would have happened for sure. They would have got at least one of them. But Minty Fresh hit some really nice shots. Bluminator, I'm sure, is difficult to shoot at with his ping. And Deca ended up pushing upper towards the end and finishing off one of the last few guys. So just
that was such a
well-planned defense by Tempo.
And that was such a funny round to witness, just because Mythic runs full speed up into the B apartments, sees fire, turns around, and is already eating lead from the stairs behind them.
This is another A-take. Except this time it's not quite the same. It looks like they're just going to try walking up a ramp without throwing anything.
Yeah, so they're just kind of doing a little, like a dry take here. And oh my god, Abe almost took down Trigger. But fortunately for Tempo. Oh my god, holding lower like a beast right now as Trigger gets a little assistance from Bluminator as well. Man, Bluminator has been so quick on these flanks. Even if AGM
pushes B.
Yeah, like how did you be so confident to do that? Oh man, he's gonna burn. AGM sent straight to Hades. 9-2 for Tempo. And man, a lot of people are kind of shaking with those bets right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, Mythic just goes for A-takes, every other round. And so, Bluminator knows, if he peeks upper B halls and there's nothing there, alright, I'm flanking, they're going A. And then the whole team's rotating. They've done it, they're becoming so predictable.
You're right.
They need to make, that round they tried to mix it up, okay, instead of throwing all of our smokes over, we'll just walk up. But then they just walked up through a smoke, and Trigger was able to pick off their first guy leading into the site.
And you're so right.
Tempo's just caught on to exactly what they're doing, and they're shutting it down.
Yeah, and we got another eco round coming in from Mythic here. They tried to do the one they did, I believe, the second round, which is they send one member middle, try to create a little distraction, and then bust 4 out of lower, and just the middle connector area, and it just didn't work out for them. But wanted to recant on your previous statement. The way Mythic has been approaching these rounds, they don't send anybody watching the B halls right away, and when they've been executing their A takes, it has, since they don't have anybody playing in the B halls, Bluminator, once he sees there's nobody, it tells his team right away. That's what they're doing.
Like, they've only done a default like 1 round so far, and really it should have worked. Like Deca held down Cat from the ladder room without any trades, and that's the only reason. And then Bluminator was inside the B site at the end of the round, and no one checked it, and he managed able to take down 2 of them. But they got the picks early in the round. The 1 round they did it like just a default, like okay, everyone let's go work a pick kind of strat. And I think they need to go back to that. Like they're losing 10-2 right now. Like what they're doing just isn't working. They need to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, and now they finally have switched it up here, as now they have players spread out across everywhere, and now Bluminator just isn't peeking at all. So now that Mythic has slowed it down like this, it's going to be up to JDM to find this pick at middle, unless Tempo is going to get antsy and push somewhere into the clutches of Mythic. I don't think so either.
The way they're playing is really smart. Like they're totally set up for this A take again.
Yeah, and look at Bluminator. Bluminator's at middle now, so switching things around nicely is Tempo here. So now that
I think this round they're going to try and split A, by the looks of it.
Yeah, eventually they are, but Abe he's not in position to take whenever his team's ready, so...
No, he's just going to lurk, actually. Like, he's just going to lurk up really late.
And Tempo is set up here. They only have 1 player to deal with coming out of apartments, and they can focus everything on lower. Oh, Bluminator gets the first one. Hazardous from lower as well. Tempo just braining it down onto lower right now. Only picking up 1 frag is Mythic. Oh, JDM's op has something to say. Quickly silenced by Deca, and the trades back and forth go in favor of Tempo. Yeah. So Mythic tries to switch it, but unfortunately for them, Tempo had already switched it right back.
Sitting at back of mid, instead of, trying to work a pick up cat or near connector or near window, they didn't really, do anything. It was just like, oh, no one's peeking us mid, alright, let's go back and take A again. And again, Tempo, there's no one, and Tempo's like, no one's coming up mid, no one's doing anything, no one's peeking B halls, oh, going for an A take, and then sure enough, they had 3 people inside the A site, and they just completely shut down this A take again, and sure enough, Mythic is doing an A take again.
Yeah, apparently Lex is the in-game leader, and apparently he really likes A.
He loves A.
But look at this. Tempo Gaming doesn't believe. They don't believe that they're going to take A again, and they stack 4 members towards the other side. However, Trigger has been beasted from under the balcony and continues to do so. Oh my god, doubles from Trigger and Hazardous. Bluminator finally finds his way into sight. Gets one as well, 12-2 for Tempo, and hopefully for Mythic, they got a really strong cash and nuke. And quick shout out to Shazam, the Turbinator in the chat. I see you, baby.
Like, let's rush A again, guys. Let's do an A take again. I think this is a great strat for this round. I don't think they'll see it coming. Like you hate to trash talk anyone, but this just doesn't make any sense what they're doing. Like they're trying to take A over and over and over and over again, and it hasn't worked
every time in rock paper scissors.
In 8 rounds. Like they took A a couple times early, but it hasn't worked in the last 8 rounds that they've done it.
Yeah, just going rock every time in rock paper scissors, hoping that your opponent eventually will switch.
And Trigger might fall into this AGM's trap here.
Yeah.
Oh, AGM looks away. Oh, that timing.
That timing was so crippling to watch. I mean, everybody's experienced that in Counter-Strike.
Cringing, like your butt is just clenching as you watch it.
Because the moment you look away, that's when they're going to peak. Yeah. But this round, Mythic is getting dominated as they try to switch things up and go middle to Catwalk here. They may have access to the bomb site. However, the flank from Minty Fresh, he's going to fall back from the flank and come into sight. And likely from Mythic, they're not going to be prepared for this. As they do take down Bluminator.
Rex knows. Yeah, I think they know he's up there.
Yeah, it looks like it. So it'd be in his best decision not to peek so far, and he is doing that.
Yeah, they know. They know he's up.
So now this puts Mythic in a really tough spot because they have to try to plant. Oh, they peek before the plant is occurring. And they trade off back and forth, and Lex goes down. Tempo, a commanding half at 13-2.
Yeah, Tempo just did really well. I mean, to be completely honest, Mythic did make it pretty easy for them, but Tempo definitely hit the shots that they needed to hit. Like, if Tempo wasn't hitting shots, a lot of those A-takes would have worked a lot better than they did. But Tempo, even Bluminator with his high ping, you know, like, he's still at 14 and 9, you know, like, with 182 ping. Like, you know, everyone, if you hit tab right now, every single person on Tempo is doing their part. And it's
Yeah,
really
definitely.
nice to see.
All right, welcome back. Tempo, 13-2. The odds lied to you, gentlemen. Mythic is not doing so hot on map 1. The second map is Cash, and I believe the third is Nuke. So we'll see if Mythic has a chance at winning this map if they do pick up this pistol round. And likewise,
it's an A-take.
what do you know? Anything you can do, I can hopefully do better. As Mythic really didn't do well at A in the last half. So creeping their way up, it's going to be a 2-3. 2 coming out of apartments, or palace as it's called now. Damn New Agers. And 3 coming out of lower A, and here comes the push. We got 3 members in the site. For Mythic, however, they need to get these USPs going. However, Tempo, it's working out a lot better for them so far. There's one guy hiding in the back of the site. It's Lex, who hits absolutely air. Nothing but air. Connects onto nobody. Oh my god, Tempo, complete opposite of what we saw last half from Mythic. Their pistol round went flawless.
You know what was different about this pistol round? Mythic tried to do the same thing, so the difference is Mythic had 3 smokes. Mythic smoked off top of the stairs, connector, and CT spawn. Tempo only smoked off top of the stairs and connector, and then rushed CT spawn. If Mythic would have done the same thing, because my team does that same style, well, my old team did the same style of pistol round. Because Mythic smoked off CT and Tempo didn't, Tempo was able to rush CT and kill the people in CT without having to run through smoke. Mythic had to try and run through smoke to kill the people in CT spawn, and that's why this pistol round worked for Tempo.
You are absolutely right. Nothing more to add on that, because that is exactly what happened. And so now for Mythic, trying to keep their back off the wall.
Oh god,
They
5-7.
Whoa, they do pick up the first 2 frags, and none of them are even coming from the scout. The scout has yet to be revealed, I believe, as the scout is playing at B. And now...
Trigger knows he's getting flanked, but he just looked away as soon as he's about to walk around the corner.
Oh man, this is going to be... The timing of this is going to be huge. Oh, hits it on the Lex. Man,
He's falling.
hopefully this luck for Lex does not continue, or this bad luck. But look for this scout of AGM. Oh, he does hit 1. 2 of the members are in one-shot territory in this 2 versus 3.
That's the best plant ever, though. Like, you can't lose with that plant, honestly.
Oh, man. Yeah, especially in these positions and everything. CT is going to be so tough.
Peek and you can't lose.
And the post-plant positions from Tempo, giving 3 different angles to look at for the 2 players of Mythic, constantly peeking and everything. Really nicely done from Tempo. And Mythic, last chance.
Yep, 2 scouts again. I want to see Tempo go B, and I want to see Mythic do some jump scouting near the van, up into B halls. That's what I want to see.
I want to see 2 scouts in that window room.
Oh boy, oh boy! If some guy peeks mid, both of you shoot him. He's dead.
Yeah.
It's like an op.
Alright, so now Mythic is set up primarily towards A. If the B player, Minty Fresh, can win this 1 versus 1 against the CT there, could be an easy stomping into the bomb site. But now look at Mythic's.
Bloom already got hit too, up in halls, I think.
Oh, okay. So now they see 1 in halls, and then they rotate over towards B heavily, and now they're kind of rotating back into a default setup.
It might
for
have
the
been at
CT.
mid actually. Now that I'm not 100% sure, but the way it looked like he was coming back from T halls, and they had an opper near stairs, or a scouter, a scout near stairs. So. And A6 is completely open right now.
Yeah, so Mythic threw a couple flashes at middle, and then they all peeked together. However, they got the kills at middle, and now the site has been taken. However, this site, they're going to have to deal with 4 members to their current 3. So it's going to be tough to get into post-plant position spots without getting shot. However, Trigger does make his way to lower. Hazardous 4 Tempo has been taken down. Trigger and Bluminator, last 2.
Oh, wow.
Oh, they get 2 apiece. Bluminator and Trigger looking to end this match right here and now. Trigger from the lower. Oh,
nice
can't
shot.
end it just yet. Nicely done by Lex and AGM. So 15-3, and Mythic. That hill is so steep. I mean, it's like rock climbing at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna turn around the match or anything, but maybe they can. Hopefully, they can get like a nice string of rounds going here for their sake, so that they can bring a little momentum with them over into cash. Like that's like it's gonna be really tough for them to win this one, obviously, right? 15-3. Like this is Tempo's game to lose. It really is. So what Mythic can really hope for right now is to get a string of rounds going here to bring a little momentum over into cash. That's really what they need to hope for right now.
Yeah, just if you get one player that pops off an absolutely nutty round, gets your team real hype going into the next one, you know, we got this, boys. That kind of thing. So battling for morale and maybe a chance at this map, because they do have to win 12. And on a map like Mirage, I mean, you're usually looking at maybe 9-6 in favor of the CTs and everything. So Tempo only has to win 1. However, they do lose this round again. So 15-4.
No, pretty clean eco round. They got 2 kills, so you know it's not bad, not great, not bad for either team. Just your normal eco round, and let's see if Tempo can close it out here on the first buy round.
Yeah, and they have so much room to try different like gun rounds and everything. They can go for so many different types of gambits here. I mean, maybe just a B rush, maybe feel out their A with an A smoke take. I mean, they have a lot of rounds to gauge how Mythic is going to play this as a CT. So it looks like they are just going for, looks like to be a pretty default setup here. They got 2 at middle going for these picks, and then they have 2 players ready at A. And smoke's being deployed everywhere at middle. So far, Mythic is playing this nicely. They did get the first pick from the window room.
JDM's rotation here, though, is going to really hurt Mythic if Minty is able to get this pick on A, but he's looking the wrong way. Oh, got it.
And this could work out for JDM now. Yep, he's able to get the one coming up to connect. However, the A site is being taken here. Trigger!
Nuts today.
Oh my god, somebody stop this man.
He's hit all the shots he needs to hit. He really has.
Yeah, and so many multi-frags have gone in Tempo Gaming's way where there should have been a trade from Mythic.
Exactly.
So we'll see if Mythic can redeem themselves here in this 2-on-3. Oh, AGL just decapitated immediately. By
JDM is strong, no. Nope, not strong enough.
Not strong enough. Needs a back brace at this point, as he was the top fragger and everything, but Tempo Gaming with a commanding win here on Mirage.